And we're gonna test the delay. Okay. It's 4K 60 AV1. Hold on. We're gonna count. Hold on, ready? 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1000. Actually, I can do it here. I'm watching the timer. It's only 14 seconds behind. That's not bad. It used to be a 25-second delay. I'm looking at it now, and it looks like it's a 14-second delay. Someone check the difference between the YouTube and the Twitch stream. Tell me what the difference in timing is. What's going on? All right, we're testing. We've been doing a handful of tests where every day we're fixing something, we're updating something. We're really figuring out this multi-streaming situation here. So we fixed the chat bot. Still have an issue. I should say fixed the chat widget. Still have an issue with the chat bot. Fixed the alerts. The alert sound should be going through. I figured out, I think it was actually an issue in Wavelink 2.0. You have to add the browser source, the OBS browser source in as a source. And Wavelink 2.0. No food during live stream, please. I already finished my breakfast today. Chill out. I noticed when I stream to both, YouTube's behind by 15 to 20 seconds. Yeah, so we're on 4K 60. So I really want to see what that delay really is. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna actually, so that's in the, I did 14 seconds when I'm in the actual live streaming dashboard. I want to see what it looks like in the actual stream itself. Okay, we're gonna count again, right? 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1000, 5, 1000, 6, 1000, 7, 1000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, wait, 4. I messed up my hands. Oh, it's 29 seconds. I got 29 on mine. Okay, so it's still, looks like my dashboard is ahead of the actual stream. That's weird. By like 10 seconds. I'm not even watching in 4K, I'm watching it in 1440p. This looks clearer than I can see in real life. Yeah, dude, this is a high bitrate stream. This is 4K 60, 20 kilobits per second, AV1. So this should look good, especially if you have a device. Oh, who said it looks clear? Dylan is a dragon. Are you watching on a device? What device are you watching on right now? If it's a PC, what's your GPU? Make sure you have low latency option enabled. You can't when you're on 4K. Only you can do low latency if you're on 1440p or lower. You can do ultra low latency when you're on 1080p or lower. So I want to see what this looks like in 4K. I want to see how bad the this is like what the test is today. We're testing to see how bad the latency is, and we're testing to see how AV1 works with a high bit rate. What bit rate are you running on? 20,000 kilobits per second, 20 megabits. At least 1080p. Yeah, I was hoping, since it gave us 1440p last stream, I was hoping it would give us 1080p on YouTube. I mean, I was hoping it would give us 1080p when we upped it to that, but it dropped us down to 1080p. Sorry. Words. It gave us 1440p last stream. I was hoping it would give us 4K this stream, since I bumped it up to that. But it looks like they only give you, if you jump the actual encoder up to 4K, they drop you down to 1080p. Who was the person that I asked what device they're on? Hold on. Dylan is a dragon. Did he respond? I'm on my iPhone while on the John. Didn't ask that. What iPhone are you on? You got to be more specific. It looks good. Yeah, dude, even like the individual hairs, this looks as good as a YouTube video. I think this is where we're gonna stay. So let me talk, we gotta make this a short stream. We got Starlink coming to install internet at my parents' new place. Dude, my parents are moving to Utah. I've mentioned it a couple times, but like, I need you to know how excited I am about that. I'm gonna have, like, my kids are gonna have grandparents in state. That's huge. That is big. This is the first time we'll have grandparents in the state. I don't think you understand how excited I am. Dragon, Dylan the Dragon, what iPhone are you on? It's probably wiping. Dude, yeah, I'm looking at this on my iPad and it looks phenomenal. 4K 60 on my M4 Mac Mini. Dude, I'm looking at this on my iPad. Does anyone, I assume it does. Do the current iPad Pros, like the M4 iPad Pros, those have AV1 decoding, right? Decoding? Sick. iPad Pro is AV1 decoding. Yeah, dude, this looks fantastic on my iPad. Like, this is the quality I was hoping for. So here's the strat, by the way. This is what we're talking about. This is super important. Here's what's going on. I've had a lot of discussions with people. I can't be super open about this, but I've had discussions with people in the know. We've been strategizing. A big thing about YouTube is making sure, like on Twitch, 1080/60 is fine. It's about the live chat. It's about the engagement. It's about the experience, right? It's about the live stream, and people watch on their computers more than anything. Did you hear that apparently YouTube on TV just surpassed YouTube on mobile, at least watching long form videos? That's huge. People watch YouTube on TVs a lot. So having like really focusing your live stream on not so much the engagement, because nobody chats on a TV, but focusing your live streams on the actual experience of the viewer, whether it's live or not. Like, it could be after the fact, like making it VOD watchable, almost like a podcast format, is kind of what you're going for. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. How can I make this a great experience for the viewers while they're live, while also making it a great VOD experience for YouTube? Just to reiterate, so make it a good live stream experience on Twitch while it's live, and a great VOD experience / TV experience / passive watching experience on YouTube. So that's what a lot of the things I'm testing are. So I'm doing enhanced broadcasting on Twitch, so you get all the different encoding options no matter where you're at. I can stream in 4K 60, 20,000 kilobits per second AV1 on YouTube while still getting super low latency 6,000 kilobits per second 1080p 60 on Twitch, which I think is the play until they allow like AV1 and higher bit rates and stuff on Twitch. And then what you do is you go live. But I'm like, this is all from testing this last week, and I'm gonna post a video on this as soon as I really have it figured out. Then it's a matter of how do you start the YouTube? So you start the Twitch stream just by hitting go live on OBS, and you don't go live on YouTube. You hang out with the audience. You get kind of that early, like, I love hanging out with the people that show up right on time. Like, I never use a starting soon screen because I love chatting with the people that are there early, like rewarding the people, rewarding the most dedicated viewers that show up right as it goes live, that hits the button, or even show up before it starts just by watching the schedule. Like, I want to be there and hang out with those people, and you spend 10-15 minutes in the chat while people like slowly filter in, and then you go live on YouTube and you start with something. You start with a conversation. You're not just hanging out with chat. You actually start with some kind of strategy. You start with a synopsis of what you're talking about. You have some stuff planned. You have games planned, whatever you have planned doing, and jump into that. So that right now, that's kind of the strat that like I'm working out with Nick, my content producer. We're figuring out this whole, like, how do you optimize for everything? And once we get that figured out, then we'll work on Twitch vertical, YouTube vertical, TikTok, whatever the next thing we want to try multi-streaming to. But I feel like I've got most of the tech figured out right now. We got multi-chat working. I've got my chat window working. I figured out the alerts. That was a weird thing with Wavelink 2.0. You have to add OBS browser source as a second source inside there. That's why we weren't getting any alert sounds last time. Cool. Only a handful of Twitch streamers have 4K HEVC streaming enabled. Yeah, so it says if you go to Twitch Enhanced Broadcasting, it'll say like, hey, only a small handful of streamers can do 4K or 1440p and 4K. Since we got 1440p last stream, I was like, oh, maybe we also have 4K. We do not. So, yeah, not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna pull up the Twitch stream. I want to see how that looks. Hey, does anyone have a, so Owen just got back to me. They said they think they figured out the chatbot issue. Does someone have a Twitch Prime sitting around? Someone want to follow? Can we get like some kind of alert going and see if it also shows up in chat? We haven't seen a follow alert in a minute, so maybe it's fixed. You doing dual PC or single? Single PC. We got a Prime. Get gifted. Okay, I wasn't asking you guys to give money. I was just asking for a spare Prime, but thank you guys. Rise and Rose, thank you for the Prime. Tech Tony, thank you for the gifted sub. And Superior Buds, thank you for the 2 months. Okay, I think that solved it. See, by the way, this is how you sneakily get people to send you money. Is you're like, oh, we're trying to test some stuff. That's the big brain play. Let's turn on the color in the back. I forgot to do that. There we go. Give it a little life to this. Might as well follow. That's what I'm saying. It's been 10 minutes. I don't think... Yeah, I didn't see anything from Owned. Oh, that's right. We also have it timed out, so that's not actually good. Oh, looks like we'll have to do this again in like 5 more minutes. Oh no. You tricked us? Pfft. That's the oldest trick in the book. If you fell for that, it's your fault. Guys, thank you for the scam train, though. What's up, Zaggy? How you doing, man? All right. This has been a much updated stream since the last one. This is going to be a little bit short, by the way. So I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier. Owned unbanned request. It's just a timeout. We'll wait a little minute. We'll wait a minute. I thought shared chat is against TOS. Okay. We got to figure, this is something else we got to figure out. What do we do about, remember when we had a Go XLR and like anytime someone asked how do you grow on Twitch, I'd hit that button and it would play that long, like if you want to grow on Twitch, what you have to do is make more discoverable content, short form content, like on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. We still, before next stream, we still need to get the gear stuff figured out. I'll get that panel put down below. Both in YouTube and on Twitch, because that gets asked a lot. What camera are you using? What lens are you using? Blah, 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 blah. And then a whole like link to the rest of it on kit.com. But yeah, what about some stuff like, I think last stream we had like 5 people ask, hey, I thought shared chats on stream was against TOS. And like, it's an interesting question. It's a valid question, but what do we do about common questions like that? Do I just ignore it? I have a hard time ignoring it. I don't want to ignore it too, because it's a good question. I don't want to answer it 100 times. The answer, by the way, I'll answer it again. The answer is sure, technically, yeah. I think they rolled it back a little bit. I got to check what the current rules are. By the way, Tower Dog, thank you for the tier 1. Phoenix Blaze, thank you for the Prime. Pops the CEO. Thank you for the super chat. How are you able to play sounds through the speakers without it coming through the mic? two things. One, I have my speakers down pretty low, and two, I just use like 25% of voice focus in the new Wavelength 2.0, and that cuts the rest of it out. We have music playing, we have alerts playing. It's pretty cool. Do you guys not hear the alerts doubled at all? Just want to make sure. Didn't hear it at all, Michael Brooks? Codename Spacey, no. Sick. Not doubled here? Does it sound natural? Like, does the audio sound good? Do I sound like, it doesn't sound like there's any serious processing on my voice? It sounds super natural. Do you guys want to hear what it sounds like with voice focus turned off? Do you want to hear like a side-by-side? Because I've got these fat, like 8-inch monitors next to me. 6-inch monitors next to me, like really above average monitors. Probably too big monitors, like really just like I got some good sound in my ears right now. YouTube supports AV1. YouTube has supported AV1 for a while. Okay, all right, here we go. I'm gonna turn off voice focus. Oh, there it is. I pushed the wrong button. I was like, where is it? It's gone. There's a small echo box-like audio. Should be a little bit. We're using a shotgun mic, and I can actually probably bring this mic lower, bring it even closer. Let's do that real quick. Hold on a second. Might as well bring it in. Is that in the way of my screen? It's not. That is close. Oh. I forgot. I didn't tighten it enough. Hold on. The whole mic just collapsed. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I know. 1080p only. We tried. We don't have access to that yet. All right. So I'm going to turn voice focus. Does that sound different? How's the difference in quality now? Do you notice a difference when I do that? Yeah, it sounds worse. It should sound worse. You should get a little bit more room echo when I do that. Sounds about the same, echoey a little bit? Yeah, so I only have voice focus turned up to like 25%. I don't want it to sound processed or anything at all. I just want it to cut out a little bit of the room. I want it to cut out any tiny bit of music that's coming in. And also, if someone's got, I'm gonna do it again. If someone's got a prime, just real quick, drop it so we can hear if because the alerts are still pretty loud. Sounds more fake? It should sound more real. Let's hear if you hear a little bit of an echo with the alert coming through. If someone's got a prime. Tell me 4K 60, what camera? How streaming? Okay. Did you guys hear an echo on that alert right there? How about that one? Did you guys hear that at all? You heard the original alert, right? Oh, is the alert that quiet? Only if you turn the volume up, it's barely noticeable. I can turn it back up because it's still pretty loud to me. I'll keep messing around with that a little bit this time. Okay, I just turned voice focus back on. Did that change how my voice sounded? So now that should get rid of like the room sound a little bit. Does that sound better? I'm curious. So what do you guys think? Does that sound better or worse? More clear? A lot clearer? Much better? Maybe I make a short on this. Maybe we grab clips from this stream and I make a short of all this. I think this would be interesting. Try without music? Why would I try without music? You guys couldn't hear the music anyway. Does voice focus only work on wavelength? Voice focus is an OBS, or sorry, is an Elgato feature. It's what they added to their latest Wavelink 2.0. It sounds more natural. That's super, it's super cool that you think it sounds more natural, because that is with like AI noise suppression added to it. So it should sound a little bit, if anything, it should sound less natural. It's interesting that it sounds more natural with that processing on it. That's great news. That's the best marketing for Elgato they could ask for. We hear music. Do you hear like a music in the echo, music in the microphone? You should hear some music coming through the stream. You just shouldn't hear it echoed at all. How far into the stream are we? I don't know. 29 minutes? All right, around like 27 minutes, I'm gonna go and take a look. No echo, no echo, no echo on music? That's dope. How's the music volume? Oh, it's probably way too loud. Is the music way too loud? I forgot I had it cranked up for when I was hanging out the other day. Music sounds good. You want me to keep it up there where it was? I just turned it back down. I think it was right here. Usually I have it like at 4% coming out of my speakers. And it's at 60%. So, huh. I thought I was blasting you guys for the last 30 minutes. That's a relief. I wish Wavelink worked with a Shure mic. It would work with a Shure mic if you're using if you're using an Elgato audio device, like a Wave XLR or the Stream Deck with the XLR dock. Should I keep my Go XLR Mini or go for a Wavelink? Is there anything you're missing? Anything you don't like about your Go XLR Mini? Go XLR Mini's awesome. Why is bro messing everything? It was fine. This is how you learn. We're figuring out. Have you played Marvel Rivals? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. It's fun. The sound of the music covered the sound of any prime notifications and echo. Interesting. All right, I'll figure that all out. I might want to set the alerts to like its own wavelength, what do you call it? Its own wavelength channel, so I can like adjust the volume of alerts right in there. That would be a lot easier than doing it inside. That's the play. Don't do it inside the browser. I have to do it individually for each one. Just do it inside Wavelink. The alerts could be a little louder. All right, let's actually do that. Let's do it inside Wavelink right now. We'll call it sound effects. We'll make it a sound effects channel. Add the browser source. All right, we just need, I'm gonna turn mine down so I hear it the same volume as I had before. Someone got a Prime? We'll find out. What's the size of that room? Above average. What mic are you using with Wavelink? I'm using the Rode NTG. See, this is why I need the gear. This is why I need the gear panel. The Rode NTG4. So on the panel down below, I think what we'll do is we'll put like my most commonly used gear. I'll put my camera, I'll put my lens, I'll put my mic, I'll put my audio interface, and I don't know, maybe do we put my monitor? I don't want to like overdo, like put too much gear in the panel. I just want to put like the things that people ask me the most. And then link everything else. Maybe that's all I put in there. Just the stuff that you guys see and hear. And then the rest of my gear, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do those 4 things. 4K 60 at 6K bitrate is too slow of a bitrate, isn't it? I mean, it's what we've been doing for forever. What GPU are you using for your AV1 encoding? See, this is why we need to have that live streaming kit. I might try to do that today. Have that ready for next stream. What do we need for next stream? What do we need to update? By the way, there's someone from Owned in here right now. It looks like I had an alert that had a chatbot message attached to it, and that's why that one was still going through. So we should be good now. Okay, there we go. There's a sub. How was the volume of that? By the way, I'm running a 4090. Update to a 5090 Ti. That was good? All right, good. All right, we got it figured out. I'm calling this channel alerts. Stream alerts. And now I just won't touch it. We're good. I think, oh, someone's responding to someone else. All right, sounds good, sounds perfect, cool. All right, what do we need for next stream? Next stream, we need the gear panel. We've got the chat widget figured out. We've got the chat bot figured out. We've got our chat widget that I read figured out, and I love it. I'm a huge fan. We've got the quality figured out. We're doing 1080 60 on Twitch at 6,000 kilobits per second. We've got 4K 60 on YouTube at AV1 20,000 kilobits per second. We got to start. I got to make sure I have vertical set to backtrack so I can start grabbing shorts from this stuff. I think that's the big next thing. Do you see the Elgato pedal? I'm gonna grab it, but that's okay. I need to start making a list. Start making a list. Hold on, everyone, shut up. Okay, stream updates. Look at this. I've already got a to-do list. I've just been pounding through it. Gear panel. Oh, I'm in Japanese mode. Gear panel. Vertical backtrack for shorts. Pedal for recording backtrack. That's the main thing I want the pedal for, is like, if I'm in a game, if I'm holding a controller, I'm holding a mouse and keyboard and I want to clip something, it needs to be like mindless. It needs to be just automatic. And so having a pedal that I can just hit with my foot and it captures the last minute, that's the play. New tool, what's the new tool? Can you use backtrack and NVIDIA app at the same time to turn off NVIDIA stream? You can do both. It just depends on, it depends on the limits of your encoding, of your GPU. That's the big thing. The newest, most GPUs have 2 encoders built into them. Most modern GPUs have 2 encoders built into them. The new ones have 3. Like the 5090 has 3. I think that's the only one with 3. But you can get up to 8 different sessions recording. So that's the thing. This is something that I learned recently. Like I really dove into it, talked with NVIDIA about it. Any NVIDIA GPU can now have 8 different sessions of encoding, 8 concurrent sessions of encoding set up. So right now we're sending like 5 different qualities to Twitch. I'm sending 1 to YouTube. That's 6 taken up right there. If I add backtrack to it in vertical, that's gonna be 7. And if you add NVIDIA, that's gonna be 8. And that's all that you can encode. So, yeah, it just kind of depends on, and the more you take up, by the way, the more you take up, the more, like, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Each GPU has a certain number of encoders. Relatively modern ones, 30 series, 40 series that are high quality, like the higher end ones will have 2 encoders built into it. The 5090 has 3 encoders built into it. That doesn't give you more encoding sessions. You still only have 8. It just allows, you have triple the bandwidth, double or triple the bandwidth. So you have 3 encoders working on those 8 sessions versus 2 encoders working on those 8 sessions, or 1 encoder working on those 8 sessions. Each encoder can only handle a certain amount of bandwidth going through it. So if you have 3 encoders, you can still only do 8 of those sessions, but each of those sessions can be higher quality. They can be higher bit rate. So I'm just like, that's another thing we're testing is we're bumping up the quality. Like we're sending 20,000 kilobits per second over to YouTube right now with AV1. How much of those encoded, if I add vertical to it, is that going to start bottlenecking some stuff? I don't know. We'll find out. Your hands look very white. Yeah, I don't go outside. How much was the transplant? Yeah, the hair transplant. I've talked about the last the stream a week ago. If you guys missed that, but it was 3,500 euro because I got it done in Turkey. Isn't that wild? I got a quote from one in the U.S. a couple years ago. It was gonna be to get like almost the same amount of grafts. To get like 2/3 the amount of grafts was gonna be 15,000. And it was going to be 2 sessions, each of them like a year apart. $15,000 for 2,400 grafts. I did it in Turkey. I did 3,800 grafts. So like 50% more than 50% more, 60% more. Did it for 3,500 euro. It was like $3,800. Nuts. All I had to do was pay for the flights. They covered my hotel. They covered my meals. So that's where we're at right now. Never noticed you were balding? Balding's not the right term. It's just the corners here on both sides. I mean, you can see like with the lighting here hitting it directly, you can see through it really well, but you can see where my hairline was. This whole circle here was pretty much gone. And you can't really tell on this side because I don't have light blasting it directly through. It looks the same on this side. I just have lights right here that are just shining the kind of red healing skin under there, so it shines through a lot more. But you can see where it was. I specifically cut my hair in ways that would hide it. That's like, I could only get like a certain haircut because it would cover it really well. Having it blonde also made it kind of blend in with the skin, so you didn't notice as much. I did a lot. I did a lot to cover it up. It was something I had to think about all the time. And so it's so nice that I don't have to think about it anymore. This is all gonna fall out, by the way. It's already thinning a lot. This hair will fall out in the next couple days, and then new hair will grow back in. Isn't that nuts? Dude, I had a conversation with someone the other day, just like how good the technology of this stuff is getting. Like, what did I say? Said, yeah, nobody's ugly anymore. They're just poor. That's the comment I keep seeing on this kind of stuff on social media. I don't plan on making like a lot of content about it. It was really a personal thing to me. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it. I wasn't even going to tell you guys, just because it was just kind of like something that I noticed every day, and it bothered me, and something I wanted. I mean, it's almost the same as braces now. This costs the same amount as my Invisalign, but like that's the way it works. Like you have crooked teeth, it's so easy to fix. You go get braces, you go get Invisalign, and you straighten them. You have a hairline that's receding. The hair isn't growing where it used to grow. You spend the same amount of money, and look, you put the hair back. It's nuts. It's crazy. I loved your hairstyle. I can go back to the same hairstyle. They just had to shave it all off. What clinic was it? Definitely ask for myself. I'm not telling you until we see the final results. And we know that it was good. I'm absolutely not going to send you to a place and then it grows all in and everyone's like, oh, that is the worst thing I've ever seen. But I already sent 5 other people to the clinic. So let's see, give it like 6 months. See if it's any good. And then I'll let you know where it was. What's the mouse pad? Oh, look at that. It's reallygoodmousepads.com. That's not how you fix teeth. Rich people get veneers. That's true. Okay, I've got to meet the Geek Squad up in the mountains. It's gonna be like a 45-minute drive. They're gonna be installing Starlink at my parents' place, but I really wanted to do this test. So I'm glad we did it. I think we figured out like our quality. We got Best Buy Geek Squad, meeting with Geek Squad. They're installing Starlink at my parents' place. They live up in the mountains. That's the only way to get internet up there. We got AV1 4K 60, super high bit rate on YouTube. There is like a 25-ish second delay, but that's okay. We've got 1080 60 and all the encoding, all the different encoding qualities at 6,000 kilobits per second, which looks awesome. So both qualities are great. We're good there. There's some crazy latency between Twitch stream and YouTube stream. Yeah, it's like 25 seconds. And that's just what happens when you stream in 4K on YouTube. And that's okay. Next, we got to focus on getting the stream aesthetic, like finishing this thing with like our stuff underneath. That's why I'm going so wide, because I'm going to crop the top and bottom. And so it's this like cinematic widescreen look, which I think looks really cool. We got to figure out how to make this look nice down here. So that's something that maybe we try to start on before next stream. I'm going to write that down. Pedal for backtrack. Chatting scene graphics. What is that? What is that effect? The retro OG said, what are these chat effects? Is that a new thing? I've never seen that before. Huh. That's wild. Twitch power-ups? Why don't streamers use shotgun mics? Sorry, that took me, oh, it just came through, cool. I don't know. I missed a bunch of subs too. Let me call these out real quick. Phoenix Blaze, thank you for the Prime. CM Spaz, thank you for the Prime. Lord Zog, thank you for the Prime. Benjamin Bloxy, thank you for the Prime. Super Consumer, thank you for the 3 months of Prime. Matt Adams Live, so happy to be watching you on Twitch again. I've followed you for years. Honestly, I can say you're one of my heroes in the industry. That is very generous. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. I've learned so much from you. I don't know why I feel uncomfortable when people say that. I got to work on that. Just accepting a really nice compliment. Dude, Matt Adams, thank you for the Prime, man. And thank you for the nice words. Appreciate it. Stream overlays dead in 2025? Yeah, for the most part. Simple stuff. Keep it clean, keep it simple. It's what we've been trying to figure out for this. Is like, how do we have... Let me share this with you real quick. And I got a super chat to call out. Also, thank you for the raid, Virus Nick. We're going to be expanding the content a lot. I'm spending this week on a new video for the new channel. And so I want this area down here, especially if this is going on YouTube, and it's probably going to be viewed more on YouTube after the fact as a VOD than this stream is going to be viewed live. So having only stuff that's happening during live, like most people when they have stuff like this, they have, you know, labels and stuff during a live stream. It's like, who's the recent subscriber? Who's the largest bit donator? Whatever. But like if you're watching it after it's not live anymore, that stuff's not relevant. So having stuff that's evergreen down here would be a much more useful thing. Things like calls to action, things for people to watch other content. So having, for example, having a preview of the latest video or something. Having, I want to put, Owned has a brand new like now playing widget. So you can put your Spotify widget on there or whatever. So I'm going to use that for Stream Beats. We're talking about starting like a Patreon. And so having like Patreon subscribers, Patreon supporters on there, things like that. And then having special, whatever you call it, special perks for those people. Anyway, that's all the stuff we're working on. Is Twitch dead? No, Twitch has been turning stuff around. I mean, people are always upset at the platform. Sometimes pretty justified. But I think they've gotten to a place where I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. I think Dan has done a pretty good job of turning it around. At least enough so that people aren't planning on leaving in droves. Also, a big thing that happened that I think kind of saved Twitch in some aspect is the fact that YouTube looked like they were trying to take over Twitch. YouTube looked like they were going to try to capture the live streaming market. And it's just really hard to change consumer behavior when it's that strong. People like watching streams on Twitch. The live experience on Twitch is super unique. And so they would have had to spend a lot of money, do a lot of work. And then when the tech industry took those massive hits in revenue, they realized like, oh, you know what? Shorts is going to make us a lot more money. Live streaming is expensive. But they realized that, and again, a lot of this, I haven't heard this from YouTube. A lot of this is conjecture based on their actions, what they changed. I think they just realized that if we just instead focus on getting people to multi-stream to Twitch or multi-stream to YouTube and then monetize that live stream as a VOD later, that's gonna be way less expensive and make us way more money. And so they stopped kind of competing with Twitch on the live experience and more started competing, basically adding live streams as the VOD experience that's much easier to monetize. So I think the only way that Twitch dies is not because someone beats them. I don't think Kick's gonna beat Twitch. They're really the only like main competitor, and people don't take Kick seriously because of all the crazy stuff that happens over there. Like people just, I don't want to go to Kick. I'm not multi-streaming to Kick. I'm a partner on Kick. I got partnership and like, I don't really plan. I mean, stuff changes all the time, but like, I don't want to be on Kick. And so I don't think anyone's going to like beat Twitch. I think the only way Twitch dies is if the money they're losing ends up like Amazon just decides, you know what, this isn't worth it. And they use the tech, they incorporate it into Amazon somehow that's more profitable. And they say, this isn't worth the money anymore. And who knows, that'd be super interesting. Like the moment they take away Twitch Primes, that's going to be rough. But, you know, we'll see. It's not about someone beating them like it used to be. It used to be like, is YouTube going to destroy Twitch? And I don't think that's going to happen. I think Amazon is the only thing that can destroy Twitch. And who knows if that's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. Twitch has got to turn it around and become pretty seriously profitable. I'm curious how you set up a multi-stream on screen chat. Is that the real Nutty asking that question? That can't be the real Nutty asking that question. Oh, it's on YouTube, so it's probably a different Nutty. Is Twitch cool with showing YouTube chat on their platform? Yeah, so this is why I gotta have an answer for this somewhere else. Technically, it's against TOS. It's mostly just, I think, again, this is conjecture. Nobody's been banned for it. I think they do it because they can't moderate YouTube chat on their platform. And they don't want people to be able to use it to go around bans. Like if they get banned off the platform and they can just join Twitch chat anyway by chatting on YouTube. And so I think it's kind of like that way if someone is actually breaking those rules, they're allowing banned chatters to enter their chat and say toxic things. That way Twitch can then ban the streamer and say like, hey, you know this is our rule. You know you're not allowed to do that. Because of this rule, you're banned. But I think for the most part, they're not going around banning anyone that's doing it. I don't think they're going to. I think that'd be ridiculous. So, but at the end of the day, if they're going to ban anyone just for doing it, it's going to be, they're going to ban me before they ban you. So, you know, that's what I used to say about playing Spotify on streams. People used to say, you're not allowed to play Spotify on streams. Now, Spotify just doesn't want you using a live stream as a radio station. If they're going to ban anyone, they're going to ban me before they ban you. They don't care about background music, and Twitch doesn't care about multi-stream as long as you're not using it to evade Twitch bans. Just 720p on Twitch? It's probably, so it sends you, we got 1080-60 on Twitch. Some people have 1080-60. It probably has to do more with your internet. Twitch only sends you what your internet is capable of. I get 5 gigabits up and 5 gigabits down. What in the, what server can even use that? Dedicated stream PC with 4060. Every time I stream to YouTube in 1440p AV1, I get insane lag and buffering non-stop. Only platform that does that. Interesting. There are a lot of, I've never had that happen, so I don't know the answer right away. So I don't know. I mean, there'd have to be a lot of troubleshooting involved to fix that. I have no idea. Try some different things. Try changing your bitrate. Try changing from AV1 to HEV or to H.264. See if that fixes it. Troubleshoot around a little bit. See if you can figure out what actual detail is causing the problem. That's the first thing I would do. Do you get 2 gigabit Google Fiber yet? No, I don't see the point in that. It's not like any of the stuff any of the sites I download off of can go up to 2 gigabytes. I don't understand why that's a thing. Like, it's not like Steam is letting me download game updates at 2 gigabits per second. I've recently started, okay, I'm gonna answer this one more question, then I gotta head out because I'm gonna be late to meet with the Geek Squad at my parents' place to install Starlink. But someone asked, they started learning Japanese, do you have any advice? Yeah, ChatGPT. Guys, you can turn ChatGPT into a Japanese teacher and use like talk to it, like have a full-on conversation for an hour. Just talk to it and ask it questions in English, ask it questions in Japanese, like go through and say like, oh, I didn't understand what this meant. And it'll explain it like full on. It's wild. I mean, and I pay for 3 Japanese lessons a week, like with real people. I don't plan on replacing them by any means, but this is such an insane way to review, like to get hours and hours of review. Like I live in Utah. There are no Japanese people here. There are no people who speak Japanese here. It's all white people. Just white people here. So like having someone I can speak to for hours a day in Japanese is wild, and review stuff that I learned in my lessons and have conversational practice. It's nuts. ChatGPT is expensive. $20 a month is not cheap, and I know that. But I pay like $30 a lesson. Like it is so cheap compared to any other way to learn the language. I mean, go for it. Duolingo's fun. It's great. It is the cheapest way to get that much out of it. It's nuts. I thought ChatGPT was $200. No. They're like crazy high end. Like they're the ones that like businesses are using for tech analytics stuff. And that's $20 a month. I used to live in Utah. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm gonna end it. I gotta go. I'm gonna miss the Geek Squad guy. I have to run. Leave me alone. I love you guys. I'm not streaming Thursday because I'll be in Nevada. I'm helping my parents move. I'm gonna be driving from Nevada to Utah on Thursday. So next stream will be Saturday. Hopefully, it's gonna be like moving weekend. It might not be for another week. Either way, thank you guys. Yeah, we're getting a raid right as we're ending the stream. That's another thing we gotta get prepped for raids, like outgoing raids at the end of streams. Guys, thank you for the raid. You caught me as I'm leaving, but dude, finite singularity, thank you. Oh, and I had 2 more super chats. Why don't streamers use shotgun mics? That's from Slick Willy. I don't know. I think they should. I like it. And Apex Artemis, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on the value prep of OBSBot Meet 2 for 116? Yeah, that thing's a phenomenal camera for that price. Can't end now, those are the rules. I have to meet Geek Squad at my parents' place to install Starlink. If I'm not there, they leave. We've been waiting for this for weeks. Finite singularity, thank you. I appreciate the raid. I'll bring one back to you next time. All right, man? In fact, let me follow you real quick. Where are you? I dropped you the follow. Next time I get the chance, I'll raid you back. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everything. I'll see you in the next one. Probably plan on a week, but maybe Saturday if we